Now let's go to the controllers in order to understand the controllers and what we can do with the controllers. Just expand this folder, you will find a default controller called home controller. I need to mention here that for each controller there should be a folder with the same name. The controller name here is home, and there should be a folder inside views folder called home. And open the controller. Here there is an action method called index, and another one called privacy, and another one called error. Also inside the home folder we should find three views, one for the index with the same name, and one for the privacy, and one for the error. Let's open this. We have index and we have privacy. For the error there is no view. Why? Because this will return a different view. So for now leave this as it is, but we need to know that for each action method return view like this, there should be a specific view inside the corresponding folder. And how we can know if there is a view or not? Just simply right click inside the action method like this and say go to view. So this is the view index inside the home folder. If there is no view, you can simply just say add view, and it will be automatically added to the corresponding folder. But for now we will not add view because there is already a view for the index action method. For now we will keep the home controller as it is, and we will create our own controllers. I will go to the controllers now and create our first controller. The first controller we will create it for the students. Just right click over the controllers folder and say add new controller. From this window we can choose MVC controller empty, or with read and write actions, or controller with views using entity framework, or we can create API controllers. For now we can simply just say we need MVC controller with read and write actions, and this in order to simplify your job. There will be an automatic creation for the action methods in order to do read and write actions. Let's see how this works. Just select this and click add. Now we need to name the controller. Our first controller will be student. Just say student and click add. This is our controller, and we don't want to forget that the controller name should contain also controller keyword. And as I explained before, this is the controller. It's a C# class and inheriting from the controller base. And here is the default methods inside my controller: index, details, create. I can simply remove all these methods and we can create our own action methods. So now for the students, what we need or what we can do. First of all, let's think about how we can list all students in our school. So we need to have an action method to do this job. Let's call this action method is the default action, the index. So now we will create the first action method inside our first controller, public, and we will use the return type action result. Action result can return anything like string, JSON, file, view, anything. So for now we will use the action result, and we will give it a name like index, and just simply like creating the normal function. And now we should specify the return for this method. We said this action result so we can return anything. For now, we want to return the corresponding view for this action method. Return view by this way. This means that the result of this action method will be a view, and the view should be the corresponding view for this method. If we want to return another view, we should specify the view name here. Like I need to return the view like index2, not index. But for now, we need to return its view. Okay, go to the views here. There's no folder for the student controller, so there is no view for the index method. Let's go now here and click add view, and let's take it as reserve view, and we will call it index, just simply as the method or the action method name. And from here we can specify the layout for this index page, and later I will explain the layout concept. Just click add. So see, now a new folder has been created here called student as the name of the controller. And here, by the way, we should rename it to be student controller. So here is the student and here is the index view. Click on it. It's just some content. We can remove this content and keep it empty for now. Or we can just say my index page. And I will explain the concept of the views and how to write the HTML here and how to load the data here also in this session. Let's close this. Now we have the first method. We said that we need this method to return our students, to list our student. So this will be to list all students. How we can do that? Before start writing the code here, I need to teach you something advanced, but it's very useful, which is one of the design patterns called the factory design pattern.